All right, Melba, thank you for sitting down with us today in your restaurant. Can you give me a quick overview of the history of Melba's origin?
Melba's restaurant, like myself, was born, bred, and buttered right here in the village of Harlem. 114th Street and 8th Avenue used to be one of the most notorious drug blocks in Harlem. And in 2005, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to show people that looked like me, that lived like me, that we can be from here. We can build our own, we can start our own, and we could invest in our own communities. So what did I do? With money under my mattress that I saved up, I decided to invest in a community that invested in me. So ladies, I'm so happy to have you here, fellow Harlemites. Black history is everything to me. I'm born in the Mecca of Black culture, Harlem. You know, when you think of Black people and the way that we dress and the way that we talk and the swag and the way that we walk, it comes from Harlem. We're the birthplace of the music known as bebop. We're the writings of James Baldwin. When I walk out of my doors and I look to my right, there is an amazing monument to the one and only Frederick Douglass. When I look to my left, there's a sister who built the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman. That's where I draw my strength. My strength comes from my ancestors, and it comes from my community.
There's no way I can be here without being here. And I don't take that for granted.
This community has nurtured me. It's made me tough, it's made me rough, but it's made me able to survive. The struggles have been multitude, from hiring employees to being underfunded to going through a pandemic and being in a pandemic as a Black female born and raised in this industry, in a white male-dominated industry. It's always been a pandemic. But what I did have is I had faith, I had prayer, and most importantly, I have community.
Okay, got it.
I am so proud of you.
You know, I like to surround myself with things that I want to be, things that I want to become, memories, things that inspire me and encourage me. And art does that. Food is art. Food is totally art, but also the medium of paintings. One of my favorite artists in the world, his name is Leroy Campbell. He tells our story. It's not through words, it's through the work. This is me, this represents me. When I look at the piece entitled Good Here, it takes me back to being in my grandmother's kitchen. Oh, Reginald Gilliam Basquiat. His work is sort of like what I do when I'm cooking in my crock pot. Put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's a great recipe. These are pieces that originally came from my living room that were supposed to be on loan to the restaurant 5 years later. They're still here. But this is my living room.
30 years married. That's high school sweetheart. So what's the secret sauce? I'm big on secret sauce.
There's not a day that goes by that we don't get a phone call about an opportunity, about opening another place, about licensing the name. However, I'm very protective. I'm very protective over my brand because I know there's so many young kids in the Harlems around the world that look up. They want to see what's next, what are we doing? So my journey and my walk is not just for me, it's for we. But some of the projects that I'm super excited about is Melba's on 118th Street. Looks like I might do a brunch place. You know, I love some grits and some sweet potato hash. So that's what I think we're going to end up opening up this year. We're also partners over at Woolman Rink, which is fantastic. Woolman Rink is someplace that I used to visit as a kid. My mom, dad, sister, brother, and myself. However, being from Harlem, with one parent working, we could never afford to actually skate. We would all peer over the ledge and watch everybody else skate. Not only are we skating there, we actually have a presence there. Can you say full circle?
You tell me to go, I just go.
Oh my God. That's exactly like Mama likes it. See, go for it. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, baby. Woman Rink reopening in the iconic Central Park. Yeah, count me in. Look, we're in the middle of Black Lives Matter. It's time for us to be at the table. Black-owned soul snacks. So I'm just gonna dig into one of these right now. Y'all can charge me for this later. But Soul Snacks, I've known this company from inception. Ralph Roll started it. He's from the Boogie Down Bronx.
And the top seller.
Darn, the sugar cookie. Everything. This Woman Rink is more diverse, it's more inclusive. And you see that in the food, in the prices, in our local partnerships. What we working with over here?
Mac and cheese.
My mac and cheese. We've got to have the right amount of crisp on the top, but the secret is in the gooiness. Oh yeah, those collard greens seasoned with some smoked turkey. And we have jerk chicken. So this represents Melba's food court that's very diverse, but that's delicious and that's inclusive of the melting pot that we are here in New York City. Let's go eat. Good. Thank you guys. We write our own stories. We are the narrators of our own journeys, and our ancestors have paid the price. I'm here to represent and show that people that come from urban communities, people that were counted out, people that come from the Harlems of the world, anything that we want to do, we can do. My story, if I can, so can you. If I can, you can too.